Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuzz here, and welcome to Road to Partyhat episode 12. Let me tell you guys, this episode is going to be amazing. We get our absolute biggest drop we've ever gotten on this series, and I think I have more boss drops in this episode than in any other episode so far. So this is going to be amazing. I know last episode I said was our biggest drop of the series, but we beat it already in this episode. We make a ton, and I mean a ton of progress. It's absolutely crazy. And, this is just going to be a really good one, guys. So buckle up, get ready, and I'll see you in the first clips. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more episodes. Alright guys, so we're starting off here with some Raksha, and if the clips look a little bit different in quality, it's because they're taken from my stream, but these are the only stream clips that will be in this video. But I haven't done a Raksha in a long time, and the main reason is because I have the log complete. But I decided I wanted to do some more. I was just feeling it. I don't really like Minion Path. Minion Path was closed, so I decided to do some Darkness Path. So if you didn't know, last episode I bought an Eldritch crossbow. Well, they ended up going to about 2.5 bill. So I actually ended up selling it, and I made over 300 mil profit, and with the money I ended up buying my Ascensions back and also Saren Godbow with some money left over, just because Saren Godbow was actually getting me better DPS at places like Raksha. So I decided that was the best option for now, and Saren Godbow has actually risen in price as well, so it's really nice. And I really wanted to try it out on Raksha, because if you don't know, Saren Godbow is insanely good for the last phase of a Raksha. So basically on the last phase, if once you get a Raksha to 30k, he will drain your adrenaline. So basically what you can do is you can get a Raksha to around 30k, you'll Saren Godbow spec, and while the spec is still going off before it hits, you'll actually be able to get in another threshold before he saps your adrenaline, and a Raksha should just die from 30k health almost instantly. It's really, really amazing. But a Raksha was really fun using the Saren Godbow. I was getting really fast kill times. And yeah, we're going to go into the loot now. So to start us off, nothing too crazy. You know, a Raksha has... it has some good drops, but it also has some drops that can just be pretty poo-poo, if you know what I'm saying. Raksha, the brews are always nice because brews are so expensive now, and Raksha actually drops brews flasks. But the main drops you're looking for are the Uncut Onyxes, which we just get right there, which are actually like a 7 mil drop now, which is really amazing. And then Onyx Bolts are pretty good as well, and of course... you want the spider leg pieces that can be made into the spider leg to make noxious weapons. And then there are the 3 hilts, the eye, the web, and the fang. And right now, the eye and the web aren't really worth anything, but the fang is actually worth like 150 mil because the scythe is over 300 mil at the moment. So a fang is really expensive, so I was really hoping we could get one of those. But it is influenced by which style you are using, and I was ranging, so... I have the best odds of getting a eye, the magic hilt, and not the fang. So I believe my chance was 25% for eye, or for web, 25% chance for fang, and 50% chance for an eye if I do get a hilt. So we'll see how these drops go, but I did a lot of racks just because I haven't done it in so long. And I don't know, I haven't been there in so long, and just going back, I'm glad I took such a long break, and it honestly made it much more fun not trying to go for the pet every time. And here in this clip, we actually end up getting the Fang. Yes, we ended up getting the Araxes Fang, which was insanely rare for us ranging, but I was super happy with this drop because this is the drop I wanted the most. I didn't actually really want to go and get a full leg piece as I've completed the collection, but with Scythe being so much, I really wanted a Fang, and we ended up getting it. This is about 80 kills, 60, maybe 60 to 80 kills without getting anything, and we get the Fang. So an absolute huge drop, about 160 to 170. Alright, so after this, we did a decent amount of Raksha, and here I got some Laceration Boots, and I had gotten a ton of laceration boots and was very dry. My friend was laughing at me here. As you can see, I actually had gotten a drop with him before and he let me keep them. So at this point, I just decided to give them to him because I owed him anyway for a last split and I was just tired of laceration boots. But luckily, we ended up getting some fleeting boots in a duo in my name. So fleeting boots are almost 80 mil now, 75 to 80 mil. So it seems like they've settled around that price. So it's a pretty nice split, and they're not too rare. So it's honestly a great thing to get from Raksha. And here's a really amazing drop. I felt so bad. I needed the Divert Codex as one of the things I need to finish the log of Raksha. I'm at about 900 kills now, and my friend HP has over 1,300 Raksha kills, and this is the only thing he needs, and I ended up getting it in a duo, so I ended up sniping that from him, and I felt bad, but I'm sure he'll get it eventually. Don't worry. So next we did more Raksha, and I ended up getting another Divert, and this was after not having a Codex for almost 400 kills. So, I mean, it is a Codex, but I still am looking for the Greater Ricochet Codex in my name. But that, is still a decent drop. And then here I end up doing a solo, and I end up getting a Shadow Spike, which is a really good drop. It's about 150 mil right now. So that is a really good solo, and I was just super happy with it. So now the most crazy thing happened to me. I did an Ambassador kill, and I got an Eldritch crossbow stock. Now, this is one of the most expensive items you can get in-game as a drop. It is worth almost 1 bill, and I was absolutely freaking out when I got this. I just could not believe it. I was messaging all my friends on Discord, and you will see why I can't believe it later in a minute when I show you my boss collection log for the Ambassador. But this was a solo Eldritch crossbow stock. It wasn't doubled, but I can't complain at all. I was literally in disbelief. This was the first Ambassador kill I did since like episode 1 of Road to Partyhat. So it had been a good 6 months since I did Ambassador. And boy, you can see there I have 13 solo kills, right? Remember that, 13 solos. Every single crossbow piece. Those were all from solos. Okay, before I started my YouTube channel, I did Ambassador when it came out, and I got 2 crossbow pieces in 4 solo kills. Now, back then, they were about 200 mil each, so it wasn't as crazy. They weren't that expensive. But then I did, 9 more kills, and I finished the crossbow. So that is a full Eldritch crossbow solo in 13 kills. Absolutely insane. This is Ambassador is the luckiest boss I've ever been at in RuneScape. This is one of the biggest, if not the biggest actual drop I've ever gotten in RuneScape. It actually is. When I got my Telos Orb set, that's 3 drops and it's like 900 mil, but this is almost a bill for 1 drop, so absolutely insane. So now we're going to go and see how much it sells for. Alright, so this is how much the crossbow sold for. I had actually taken out the crossbow stock or the money because I got excited, but the crossbow stock ended up selling for 930 mil, which is just absolutely crazy. An absolute huge drop, and now we're going to get on to selling the loot tab that I had as well. Alright, so I actually ended up saving a pretty big loot tab. It wasn't gigantic, but I decided after getting that crossbow stock I should sell it. So mostly it was Raksha items, so I have a Shadow Spike in there and a lot of Raksha normal, so like normal drops. Other than that, there were a few things like from the few elite dungeons that I ended up doing. Elite Dungeons 1, I did a few of those, same with Elite Dungeons 2, but most of this was honestly just the loot that added up from Raksha, and a little bit from a Raksor, and I did some necks. Sadly, I didn't get any necks drops, but I did get the normal loot. So, yeah, I was just rolling in the drops, and that crossbow stock just really, boosted my bank a ton, and I decided, let's sell all this loot. Let's, since we sold the crossbow stock, let's see how much money that we can accumulate. So, it was pretty fun selling this loot tab. I haven't saved a loot tab in a while, but I plan to save one much bigger than this coming in the next episode or 2, so be on the lookout for that, because I'm going to try to stockpile a really huge tab and get a ton of money. But I can really say this episode has been amazing. And if you look right here, we actually made 1.3 bill. So this is the crossbow stock and the loot tab that I sold. So this is the most cash I've had in RuneScape in a long time. Of course, last episode, I bought the Eldritch crossbow. Of course, like I said, we did end up selling it this episode, but we bought the Saren Godbow, so they're basically near the same price. Eldritch is like 600-700 mil more, but I think the Saren Godbow is really going to be good in the future. But 1.3 bill, we are really making strides in this series. Just a ton of money, and yeah, now we're going to get into a few upgrades I bought and then show you the progress we made for this episode. Alright, so after this, just a quick clip here, but I ended up unlocking the Ingenuity of the Humans ability, which actually will allow me to use the Saren Godbow while maging at Telos and also while meleeing at Rax. So it's a really good ability, and it cost me about 150 mil. So I think this is going to be useful because it just, of course, allows me to get more use out of my Saren Godbow. Alright guys, so now is the time of the episode where we actually look at how much money we made and how much progress we made towards our Partyhat. In this part of the episode, I will usually show you the wealth evaluator, my bank, and then some of my boss logs. So if we start off here looking at our wealth evaluator, I believe last episode we ended on 3.7 bill. If we look at this episode, we are at 4.9 bill. Which is absolutely crazy. And keep in mind, we actually ended up buying the Ingenuity of the Humans last episode, so that took even more of our money away. So we would be at over 5 billion GP. So we are really starting to ramp up the progress. If we look in the bank here, not a ton has changed, but as you can see, we have the Saren Godbow. And if you're wondering why my Saren Godbow and Serenic top are dyed barrows, it's because on our live streams, we had a ton of fun and had some challenges to dye our stuff poop dye. So it was a really good time. And if you haven't checked out my live streams, I usually live stream right here on YouTube. So you should turn on your notifications so you get notified when I live stream. It's a really fun time. But so if you look here, we have our Tectonic, our Serenic, and our Masterwork. We've got our Fleeting Boots, Blast Diffusion Boots, pretty much everything as normal. Not much has changed. Of course, the fact that we have the Saren Godbow instead of the Eldritch Crossbow now. We've got the nice cash pile, and this tab right here is going to be a huge loot tab. I don't want to show it right now because there's, you know, a decent amount of interesting stuff in there, but next episode you will see we will have a ton in there. Not much has changed in any of the tabs. We have our supplies, need to stock up a little bit more. I actually ended up making a lot of adrenaline renewals and elder overload potions, so that actually cost me about 150 mil or so. So of course that cut into our profit a little, but it's really setting me up for the long haul in PVMing. So now to end the video, we're going to look at the boss logs quick. So of course we have Ambassador, as you can see, just insane like you guys saw before. We're going to go to a Raksha, which I have 912 kills, and this is how my log's looking. Yes, insane luck with the fangs. I used to have insane luck getting the fangs. However, when I got most of these fangs, they were only about 30 mil each, so it wasn't like how much they are now, but still really, really good luck. And then we're going to go down to Raksha. Now, as you can see, I have over 900 kills at Raksha now. I've been doing a ton, and if you look here, you can see that the only items we need to complete the log now are the Raksha pet, which I have 4 thresholds now, going on 5. So, you know, the pet should be coming any minute now. I'm going to hit the 5th threshold in like 80 kills. So I'm hoping to get the pet before 1,000 kills. And then, of course, sadly, our last item is probably going to be the Greater Ricochet Codex, which is going for about 890 mil at the moment, so the biggest drop you can get from Raksha, so I'm really hoping we can get that soon. But all in all, we had a really, really good episode with a huge drop and a ton of good progress. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. I'd like to thank all my channel members. Thank you guys so much. They'll be shown on screen now. You guys are amazing. If you'd like to join my channel memberships and get perks like to get added on Discord, go PVM with me, get some PVM tips, all kinds of stuff, you can click the join button below, the link in the description, or the box that pops up on screen now. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be live streaming on YouTube as much as I have time to, so make sure to check those out as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.